Alright, so in this video, I'm going to solve the equation 3 to the power of 3x minus 3 to the power of 2x is equal to 3 to the power of x. So to solve this, I'm going to first start by subtracting 3 to the power of x on both sides. So these two cancel out, and now I get 3 to the power of 3x minus 3 to the power of 2x minus 3 to the power of x is equal to 0. Now, 3 to the power of 3x is the same thing as 3 to the power of 2x plus x. 3 to the power of 2x is the same thing as 3 to the power of x plus x. And 3 to the power of x, I'm just going to leave it be. So now, I'm going to use the property a to the power of m plus n is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So this turns into 3 to the power of 2x times 3 to the power of x. Now this minus 3 to the power of x times 3 to the power of x. Now this minus 3 to the power of x. And now, look at how many 3 to the power of x's we have. So I'm going to factor out 3 to the power of x. So I get 3 to the power of x times 3 to the power of 2x minus 3 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 0. And this gives me two equations. I get 3 to the power of x is equal to 0, and 3 to the power of 2x minus 3 to the power of x minus 1 equals 0. So 3 to the power of x actually has no solution. So all we're left with is 3 to the power of 2x minus 3 to the power of x minus 1 equals 0. And to solve this, I'm going to rewrite 3 to the power of 2x as 3 to the power of x squared, which is the same thing. And now I'm going to let 3 to the power of x equal to the variable y. So I get y squared minus y minus 1 is equal to 0. And now I can use the quadratic formula to solve this, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, a is 1, b is negative 1, and c is negative 1. So I get y is equal to negative of negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1, all over 2 times 1. Now I get positive 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 4 over 2, which turns into positive 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So now I have the value of y, but we aren't done yet because we're not solving for y, we're solving for x. And remember, we let 3 to the power of x equal to y. So this gives me two equations. I get 3 to the power of x is equal to 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. And 3 to the power of x is equal to 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2. So to solve this, I'm going to first take the log on both sides. So now I get x times log 3, because I can move the x to the front, is equal to log of 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. And if I divide both sides by log 3, I get x is equal to log of 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2 over log 3. And this is the same thing for this, except it's minus 1 minus the square root of 5. So x is equal to log of 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2 over log 3.